Chapter 1121. Finally seeing He Fan's true inheritance. Chapter 1121. Finally seeing He Fan's true inheritance. This upper extreme heavenly eagle is an immemorial desolate beast. No wonder it gives off such an abnormal feeling. If we are going to attack him, we will need to deal with the eagle first. Did you forget what he said? Other than this eagle, he also has other ancient desolate beasts. Is he an enslavement path Gu immortal? If he is an enslavement path Gu immortal, he would be easier to deal with. This path is vulnerable to direct attacks. Even if he is an immortal, we are also Gu immortals. That might not work. Don't be hasty. We will see on Immortal Succession Mountain. Even up until the immortals arrived at Immortal Succession Mountain, some Gu immortals were still talking about the upper extreme heavenly eagle. This was not strange, an immemorial desolate beast which had rank 8 battle strength upon maturity. This news was a shock to the immortals. Fang Yuan listened to their words, but he still showed a calm and composed expression. There were no flaws in his acting. Unwittingly, the immortals' guesses of him had already distorted from reality. Fang Yuan was happy to see this. The more wrong things they assumed, the greater his advantage that if he was really treated as an enslavement path Gu immortal, then they would get to see the power of a transformation path and strength path Gu immortal. Conversely, during the conversation, Fang Yuan continued to probe and obtained a lot of precious intelligence. These Gu immortals seem to have been isolated from the world for too long. They are not good at confrontations or dealing with people. Not just in terms of words, they are not as crafty as Gu immortals outside. I could easily probe their background. They have barely any shrewdness, and their methods are outdated. All in all, these Gu immortals are split into 2 groups. One is led by old immortal Qinqi. The 4 Gu immortals are related by bloodline. The other group are the 3 blood-sworn immortals. They are Zhou Min, Zheng Tuo, and Feng Jun. They actually have a blood path leader. The final 2 are loners. As expected, they do not work with the groups. Fang Yuan snickered internally. Places with people will have competition for benefits. He Fan Grotto Heaven was no exception. But evidently, the conflict here was small and low level. The Gu immortals were not skilled at competing against one another. It truly paled in comparison to Northern Plains. And most importantly, these Gu immortals had very little knowledge. Fang Yuan had already probed. These Gu immortals could not get into Treasure Yellow Heaven, or rather, they did not even know about its existence. But, look at their identities, they were descendants of criminals. It made sense that old ancestor He Fan prevented them from connecting to Treasure Yellow Heaven. If they could connect to Treasure Yellow Heaven, it would be different, not only would they have updated methods, they would be able to trade and gain knowledge. Even without trading, they would grow in experience. It would be an immense growth. Immortal Succession Mountain was a tall, lone mountain. It was not a famous mountain or rivered. It had 10 levels, getting smaller towards the top. There was evident signs of man-made design in it. Around the mountain were forests that had lots of resources in them. Fang Yuan was quite amazed. Even though He Fan Grotto Heaven was isolated from the world, it had no calamities and tribulations, and because it could not connect to Treasure Yellow Heaven, the resources inside were truly too rich from generations of accumulation. The immortals followed the brass bell heavenly spirit, landing in the single stone pavilion near the mountain peak. The stone pavilion was very simple in structure, but even though it was just a pavilion, it had a grand atmosphere. The pavilion was supported by 8 thick pillars. There was a stone tablet in the pavilion that was eye-catching. The stone tablet was huge like an elephant. It took up almost all of the space in the pavilion. There were words carved on it. The brass bell heavenly spirit entered the stone pavilion. Hanging on a pillar of the stone pavilion, there was a hook there. It stopped moving after getting into position. Old immortal Qinqi said, "Superior immortal, you have just arrived. You must have many questions. Look at this stone tablet. It will answer a lot of your questions." Fang Yuan was prepared. He looked at it patiently. That a while later, he finally understood everything that it turned out that back then. He Fan's most beloved granddaughter, He Fengyu, had vanished, along with Attitude Gu. He Fan lost his precious granddaughter, but there was nothing he could do. His lifespan was almost expended. He could only place his immortal aperture down and absorb the immemorial azure heaven fragment, losing his freedom. The few He tribe Gu immortals who could not take care of Her were locked in He Fan Grotto Heaven. Not only was their freedom taken away, their immortal apertures were even taken out and fused into He Fan Grotto Heaven. This way, He Fan Grotto Heaven became even bigger. Before He Fan absorbed the fragment of immemorial Azure Heaven, he had already made his arrangements, leaving behind his true inheritance and the heavenly crystal eagle nest. But he could not stop thinking about his granddaughter. He wanted his descendants to look for her. Thus, he added an additional step. That was the aura of attitude goo which was needed. From his perspective, even if he did not show up, with He tribe's power at that time, they could definitely find He Feng Yu's location and get back attitude goo. But in truth, he was too optimistic. Or rather, because of kinship, he refused to accept the truth. He felt that He Feng Yu was still very likely alive. Because of his miscalculation, He Fan's true inheritance went uninherited for all this time, until now. After Fang Yuan disguised himself and opened the heavenly crystal eagle nest. This had to be considered an error by old ancestor He Fan. But he was a rank 8 great expert after all. Before his death, he sensed this error as well. He thought, if nobody from the main tribe inherits his true inheritance, what would happen? If that happened, either He tribe would be wiped out or become weakened, without any worthy descendants. What He Fan thought of was, in that case, he might as well prepare another batch and let the people in the grotto heaven inherit his true inheritance, passing it down in that way. They had He tribe's bloodline after all. Thus, after setting up the heavenly crystal eagle nest, before his death, He Fan added a new rule to his true inheritance. He set a timing. Several hundred years later, if nobody from the main tribe obtains his true inheritance, then the descendants in the grotto heaven would be allowed to roam Immortal Succession Mountain and find their own opportunities. This was stated in the tablet. Old ancestor, He Fan, left behind his key true inheritance on Immortal Succession Mountain. He set up a lot of smaller inheritances as well before his lifespan ran out. The other He tribe criminal immortals cried and grieved. They felt that they let him down. They died together with him. But before dying, they imitated He Fan and left behind their stone tablet inheritances on Immortal Succession Mountain. Their true inheritances were hidden inside. The He tribe members who were in Northern Plains were searching for attitude goo, but there was nothing they could find. Time passed. The time limit that old ancestor He Fan set had long since elapsed. Thus, in He Fan Grotto Heaven, Immortal Succession Mountain was opened up to the mortals to explore it. As a result, goo immortals started appearing in He Fan Grotto Heaven. However, even though these mortals could compete for He Fan's true inheritance, it was too difficult to explore Immortal Succession Mountain. Although many mortals obtained the true inheritances, and a portion of them became goo immortals, there had never been anyone who got to the mountain peak and obtained the first true inheritance. According to the stone tablet, if the person who obtains the first true inheritance becomes a goo immortal, they would be the owner of He Fan Grotto Heaven. They would have the authority to forgive the sins of these criminal immortals. They would regain freedom and return to He tribe. But before this, no matter how many generations had gone by, they could not have the He surname. They could only have other names. It would remind them of their identities as criminals. After reading the contents of the stone tablet, Fang Yuan finally understood. The confusion inside him was lifted. No wonder these goo immortals have such complex expressions and emotions towards me. They have both kind and ill intentions at the same time. Fang Yuan thought about it from their perspective. If it were him, he would be having even more complex feelings. According to He Fan's rules, the time limit was over. So be it the He tribe main immortals or these criminal immortals, they were qualified to vie for He Fan's true inheritance. These immortals had been enthusiastically raising descendants to obtain He Fan's true inheritance, to open up the grotto heaven and regain freedom. As for these goo immortals, they had already obtained other inheritances. They were not qualified to compete for He Fan's true inheritance. Thus, the goo immortals in He Fan Grotto Heaven did not have much conflict normally. They lived quite peacefully. Originally, they did not think that anyone from the main tribe would come. After all, it had been so long, but nobody came. With Fang Yuan's sudden appearance, their preconceptions were broken. And because of the rules on the stone tablet, they had to go welcome him. Even though they were against his arrival and mentally not prepared, From their perspective, He Fan's true inheritance belonged to them already as long as they continued to nurture descendants. One day, someone would ascend the mountain peak and obtain He Fan's true inheritance. Thus, they did not want to see Fang Yuan's arrival. But they had no choice but to follow the rules. The heavenly spirit might be mindless, but He Fan had considered this before dying. Even though it was rather unreliable, it still firmly carried on He Fan's will after his death. And He Fan still had one method of restriction. Becoming a Gu immortal would have calamities and tribulations. Whenever they are unable to pass the tribulations, these Gu immortals would come to Immortal Succession Mountain and ask the heavenly spirit for help. The heavenly spirit would use the immortal Gu in the first tablet's true inheritance to stall their calamities and tribulations. Even though they could be safe for the moment, they would be under the heavenly spirit's control. The heavenly spirit only had to use a certain method in the true inheritance to remove the method of stalling calamities and tribulations, causing them to die. Many Gu immortals were able to pass the calamities and tribulations early on, but they did not know about Treasure Yellow Heaven. Even though He Fan Grotto Heaven had a lot of resources, there was a limit to its variety. These Gu immortals' cultivation needs could not be fulfilled. Thus, after many calamities and tribulations, when they got stronger, these Gu immortals were gradually unable to pass them. Eventually, they had no choice but to seek help from the heavenly spirit. They all fell into He Fan's trap and became controlled by the heavenly spirit. Even though He Fan had died for many years, he still had great control over He Fan Grotto Heaven as a result. Old ancestor He Fan, as expected and worthy of the champion that led He tribe to its most glorious era. Even after he died, he still had complete control of He Fan Grotto Heaven. These Gu immortals all revere him. But what this tablet states might not be too factual. I don't believe that those criminal immortals were willing to die together with old ancestor He Fan. Evidently, regardless of their wishes, He Fan still acted in this ruthless and cruel manner. He is truly praiseworthy. If they were allowed to live, He Fan Grotto Heaven might have been broken through from the inside already. Thoughts flashed past his mind rapidly. Fang Yuan's gaze retracted from the stone tablet. He slowly raised his head to look at the brass bell heavenly spirit. He asked, "Then, what should I do to obtain this true inheritance?" Once he said that, the other Gu immortals held their breaths and concentrated, looking over with concerned gazes. Chapter 1122, Troublesome Final Test. The stone tablet in the pavilion stated, "Be it a main tribe member brought over by the heavenly spirit or a criminal immortal who ascended the mountain, they had one final, most important test before inheriting He Fan's true inheritance. But the contents of this final test were not written on the stone tablet. They had to ask the heavenly spirit. The heavenly spirit was mindless, but remembered He Fan's instructions. Thus, Fang Yuan asked it. Soon, the immortals heard the brass bell heavenly spirit shake, creating a long and loud sound. When the sound vibrated off the pillars, there were changes to the tablet. At the end of the original content, new lines were appearing. The immortals gasped upon seeing it. This says that He Fan Grotto Heaven is the true inheritance itself. Whoever obtains the true inheritance becomes He Fan Grotto Heaven's owner. But to obtain He Fan's true inheritance, there is one final test. It is actually this? No wonder old ancestor He Fan set a rule that if the inheritor appears, all of us need to go and welcome him. Old ancestor is magnanimous. He planned meticulously. Even though we are criminals, he had never forgotten us. He is still concerned about us descendants. The immortals discussed. They felt admiration towards old ancestor He Fan. Some had red eyes as they almost cried. Fang Yuan looked at the new information. He was frowning. His expression had turned heavy. The contents clearly told him what the test was. As long as I pass the final test, I can obtain He Fan's true inheritance. But what is this? It wants me to obtain the votes of half of the Gu immortals inside He Fan Grotto Heaven? And I must complete it within 3 years in the Grotto Heaven's time. Fang Yuan shook his head. Old ancestor He Fan's final test was out of his expectations. Evidently, he was siding with the Gu immortals inside He Fan Grotto Heaven as an outsider. It was very difficult for Fang Yuan to obtain their support, but Fang Yuan soon reacted. He understood He Fan's intentions. Old ancestor He Fan set the rules to encourage his inheritor to take in these Gu immortals within He Fan Grotto Heaven. After all, Gu immortals were hard to nurture. By taking them in, it would benefit He tribe greatly. Thus, this not only tested the inheritors' abilities, their interpersonal skills were also tested, whether they could be a skilled leader to unite others or not. He Fan was using his true inheritance to choose a leader for He tribe. He was not just looking for a Gu immortal expert. Old fellow, you are already dead. Why are you considering so many things? It is so troublesome. Fang Yuan thought, but on the surface, he sighed as he spoke in heartfelt fashion. Ancestor He Fan was thinking for He tribe the entire time. He put in so much effort. As a descendant, I am deeply moved. Yes, yes. The immortals heard his words and responded. Originally, these Gu immortals were feeling very worried. After all, if Fang Yuan obtained He Fan's true inheritance, they did not know what would happen to criminal immortals like themselves. But now, with old ancestor He Fan's arrangement, their welfare was assured. Fang Yuan kept his moved expression as he turned around, standing before the stone tablet. Facing the immortals in the pavilion, he asked, "Then, how can I obtain all of your support?" As Fang Yuan had expected, what he obtained was silence. Times were different now. Initially, they were wary of him, but now, Fang Yuan needed to get half of the Gu immortals' recognition. In that case, the situation was reversed. It was completely different. The immortals looked at each other. Nobody spoke. Only their gaze towards Fang Yuan changed. Earlier, they were cautious and tried to express kindness while concealing their ill intent. But now, they had distant gazes. They got on their high horses and thought about it internally. Fang Yuan was not rushed. He stood on the spot, waiting for their reply. After a while of silence, the most experienced and oldest Gu immortal, Qin Shi, could not hold it in anymore. He coughed. Today's matters progressed too quickly. We are simply unprepared for it. Sigh, maybe I am getting old. All this thinking is making my head hurt. I cannot process it yet. Superior immortal, you must have had a long journey to reach here and are tired, right? Why don't you go take a rest first and relax? We can think about this later. This old fox. Fang Yuan snickered internally. Old immortal Qin Shi's words were well received by the Gu immortals present. They answered him with great enthusiasm. They were fragmented earlier, but now, it looked like they were united, dealing with the outsider Fang Yuan together. However, so what if I agree to your stalling? Fang Yuan had expected them to respond in that manner. His expression did not change. He nodded and said reluctantly, "Immortal Qin Shi, you have a point." Qin Shi showed a smile of victory, but soon he concealed it. "My accommodations are crude, but we have some tea for you. If you do not mind, it would be my great honor to accommodate you." Qin Shi invited warmly, but he did not give a clear reply to Fang Yuan's words. Fang Yuan smiled in a reluctant manner, nodding, "I will trouble you in that case." He called it crude, but old immortal Qin Shi was naturally just being humble. His accommodations were not crude at all. Instead, they were very elegant and grand that a number of palaces sat on top of a mountain peak. This mountain seemed to be man-made. The top was flat. Palaces were erected all over it. There were golden bricks and green tiles, with many beautifully crafted pillars. Qin Shi and his Gu immortal subordinates lived here. Not just them, a large number of Gu masters and mortals as well. These are all my descendants. Please excuse them, superior immortal. At my age, I enjoy having descendants and nurturing them. Qin Shi explained. Fang Yuan nodded. This shows that you are someone who values relationships. Qin Shi looked at Fang Yuan with deep meaning. Who would not like people who values relationships and loyalty? He. Ha ha ha. Fang Yuan laughed too. Seeing Qin Shi and Fang Yuan talking so harmoniously, the other three Gu immortals had relaxed emotions. Just like this, Fang Yuan stayed here for the time being. Strangely, since the first day, Qin Shi had not shown himself again, and did not meet with Fang Yuan again. Fang Yuan was not anxious. He waited patiently. 4 days later to eye in the palaces. Fang Yuan and Chun Lu strolled in the long walkways. Chun Lu was one of the female immortals. She had long hair in 2 buns and a bubbly nature. In terms of bloodline, she was old immortal Qin Shi's great-granddaughter. Young Master He Chung. Look at that lotus. I love its color. Chunlu pointed at the lotus pond and smiled. This walkway was quite special. It crossed over the entire lotus pond. There were lotuses inside the lotus pond of all colors. They were floating aimlessly. It was a beautiful sight. These last days, even though old immortal Qin did not meet with Fang Yuan, Qin was keeping him company to look at all the scenic sights in the palaces. This yellow lotus is cute, pure and innocent. It really suits you, Lu'er. Fang Yuan smiled. Qinlu lowered her head. She was embarrassed. She said faintly, "Young master, what are you saying?" Lu'er. Lu'er was just happy from seeing these flowers. "I feel very happy seeing you as well, Lu'er." Fang Yuan smiled as he extended his arms, holding Lu'er's hands. Chun-Li's body shook. She subconsciously wanted to get free, but Fang Yuan's hands were holding her tightly. Chun-Li's face was bright red. Even with her Gu immortal cultivation level, her brain was in chaos. She struggled as she murmured, young master, you." Fang Yuan took a step forward, his body almost completely touching Chun-Lu. Chun-Lu quickly moved back. Because her body was unstable, she fell backwards. Fang Yuan held her in his arms as she fell. "Be careful, don't fall." His gentle voice entered Chun-Li's ears. When Chun-Lu reacted, she was already lying in Fang Yuan's arms. Chun-Lu raised her head. She saw Fang Yuan, who was smiling with a hint of cheekiness in his gaze. Chun-Lu was extremely embarrassed. She punched Fang Yuan's chest softly. "Young master, you are too naughty. You bullied me." Saying this, she struggled out of Fang Yuan's embrace. Fang Yuan gasped. He took a step back, showing intense pain on his face. Chun-Lu quickly moved forward, asking him with deep concern, "Young master, how are you?" Fang Yuan breathed in deeply. "To speak the truth, not long ago, I engaged in a fierce battle. It is not easy to inherit He Fan true inheritance. Many Gu immortals in the tribe are not willing to see it happen. So you were injured? Why didn't you tell me?" Chun-Lu stomped her feet. Her embarrassment was gone. She looked at Fang Yuan's chest as she asked, "Does it still hurt?" "It is a small injury. It is no issue. But with higher cultivation level, my Dao marks are deeper. The injuries I suffered are more severe." Fang Yuan smiled, before shifting the topic. "However, your great-grandfather refined Gu and suffered injuries. He is in a similar state as me, right? Otherwise, why would he not meet me for the last few days?" Panic flashed across Chun-Li's eyes. She stammered and tried to respond to Fang Yuan. Old immortal Qin could not refuse to meet Fang Yuan without any reason. Thus, the excuse he gave was that he had suffered a backlash from Gu refinement failure. His injuries were severe, and he could not meet guests out of course at this timing. How could he suddenly get injured from refining Gu? Both parties knew the reason. They did not speak it out on that night. The four Gu immortals, including Qin, engaged in a secret discussion. Chun-Lu reported, "Ancestor, young master He Cheng asked me about your injury today." "Oh, he finally lost his patience, huh?" Qin smiled. "Thankfully, I managed to conceal it. He was not suspicious. But as time passes, I am afraid." Chun-Lu was worried. The other three Gu immortals looked at each other, smiling. Chun-Lu was well protected by her family. She was unhardened and innocent. She did not know that Fang Yuan knew about it clearly. The fact that he asked about Chun-Chi's injuries was a subtle reminder. The male Gu immortal Chun-Li thought for a moment before saying, "It seems that we have to talk to this He Cheng properly." Chapter 11:23. What is this Gu's name? Old immortal Chun-Chi shook his head. He said with an unmoved expression, "So what if we wait a few more days? There is no rush." Chun-Li said worriedly, "He understands the situation. If we drag this out, he might get annoyed. If he is forced away and goes to Zheng Tuo's side, it would be troublesome." "Little Ji, don't worry." Chun-Chi smiled, analyzing. The final test of the true inheritance requires half of the Gu immortals in He Fan Grotto Heaven to support He Cheng. Right now in He Fan Grotto Heaven, disregarding He Cheng himself, there are 9 Gu immortals. We have 4 people on our side. We are nearly half of the total. This is a huge quantity. As long as he gets our support, he would already be one step from winning. As long as he gets one more person's vote, he would succeed. There is no way he did not consider this. Even if he gives up on our side and go to the other Gu immortals, he would face trouble. The situation is different now. He is an outsider. If he wants our support, he has to give up some benefits. He needs to put up something for our gain. Moreover, those three, Zheng Tuo and the others, are more ambitious. Chen Liji did not speak. Instead, Chen Wanyan said, Old ancestor, actually, I have an idea. If He Chung cannot get half of the Gu Immortals' votes, wouldn't he fail? As long as He Fan true inheritance remains on Immortal Succession Mountain, one day, our descendants would ascend to the top and obtain it, right? We have been guarding He Fan's true inheritance for countless generations. Even old ancestor He Fan gave us the rights to vie for it. Are we really going to give it to an outsider? He Chung is not an outsider. He is from the main tribe. Chun Lu rebuked. Lo Air, don't forget, the main tribe is enjoying freedom and glory in the outside world. As for us, we have been trapped here for generations, suffering in torment. Chun Wanyun said grimly. Chun Lu had a bitter expression. She stopped talking. Chun Chi shook his head. Yin Air, I had considered your words long ago. This would not work. Firstly, it is extremely difficult for mortals to ascend Immortal Succession Mountain. Even if we nurture them, and a lucky person shows up, when would they finally inherit the true inheritance? Decades? Centuries? Nobody knows. Secondly, even though He Chung is alone, don't forget about the He tribesmen behind him. There are a huge number of He tribe Gu Immortals. If he fails, that is only his personal failure. He tribe's Gu Immortals are going to continue coming here. By then, can we stop them all? Are we going to stop all of the main tribe's Gu Immortal? Can we? Other than the four of us, can Zheng Tuo and the rest be trusted? These Gu Immortals in He Fan Grotto Heaven did not know about Treasure Yellow Heaven. After so many years and generations, they could not connect to Treasure Yellow Heaven. Thus, they had no idea what happened to He tribe. Fang Yuan lied and concealed the truth. He easily deceived these Gu Immortals, running around them in circles. Chun Chi's words made the rest of the Immortals' expressions change. Chen Lu added, That's right. Today, young Master He Chung told me that it was a tough process to defeat those He tribe Gu Immortals and obtain victory. Even until now, he is still injured. Chen Chi nodded, continuing to analyze. He Chung was able to emerge victorious. He is not ordinary at all. He has rank 7 cultivation level, and the upper extreme heavenly eagle with him. He has great prospects. If we help him now, it would be giving him timely assistance. When we return to the main tribe, we will have a firm foundation under him. Wouldn't that be great? However, we are not going to help him without any rewards. He has to pay a price. If he does not give up some benefits, he would not cherish our help. He would not feel gratitude towards us. Old Ancestor is right. Chun Li Ji said. We will not go wrong listening to Ancestor. Chun Lu smiled. Chun Chi sighed eerily. He looked at the three Gu Immortals, saying with deep emotions, I am old. My lifespan is almost up. I only want you descendants to live better in the future. When I go into the door of life and death, I will rest in peace. Ancestor, don't say things like that. You will definitely live a long time. Chun Li's eyes turned red. Chun Li Ji said firmly, Ancestor, don't forget about Lifespan Gu. To obtain our support, that He Chung has to give us something. Lifespan Gu is definitely one of our conditions. Chun Chi's eyes flashed deeply. He looked at Chun Lu. Forget about Lifespan Gu. At the very least, we need to make sure Lu Er fulfills her wish and gets together with her lover. Chun Li's face was flushed red with embarrassment. She stood up as she stomped her feet. Ancestor, you are making fun of me again. Ha ha ha. In the secret room, laughter was echoing at the same time. Fang Yuan stood on the garden of his accommodation, raising his head towards the night sky. This He Fan Grotto Heaven had a clear day and night. Daytime was long, while nighttime was short. This was something that only happened in Grotto Heavens. Blessed lands usually did not have day and night. He Fan Grotto Heaven's night sky had no stars, but the darkness was not pitch black. If one looked closely, it had azure-colored to cool. Wind blew. Fang Yuan's arms were behind his back. He looked at the sky as he sorted out the information that he had obtained recently. These last days, he had been interacting with Chun Lu, obtaining a lot of precious information from this gullible girl. He had clear and extensive knowledge regarding He Fan Grotto Heaven and the Gu Immortals inside it. Moreover, he had developed his ideas regarding He Fan true inheritance further. It is almost time. In just 2 days, the time will be ripe. Fang Yuan thought. Cold light flashed across his eyes, shining deeply. 2 days went by in an instant. It was noon. Bright sunlight radiated in the palace, making it extremely lively. Winds blew, birds chirped. It was a beautiful sight. From outside Qin Shi's room, Fang Yuan's voice could be heard. I came here without informing you. I hope you can forgive me. He finally lost his patience. But he already waited for quite some time. Qin Shi was not surprised. The entire group of palaces was a huge mortal goo house. Fang Yuan's actions were all under his observation. The door opened on its own. Qin Shi sat on his bed, half lying down. He said weakly, "Esteemed guest, you are here, but I am unable to get up and attend to you." Fang Yuan quickly walked in, standing in front of the bed, saying worriedly, "It seems that you are heavily injured. You are a rule path goo immortal. After considering deeply, I thought of a way to lighten your injuries." Qin Shi had no injuries. "Superior immortal, I am grateful for your concern, but my injury is not something that can be healed easily." Fang Yuan smiled. "Friend, you might not know, my immortal killer move is a signature method of our tribe. Even though the core immortal goo is still in the tribe, I know the content of the killer move. I will pass this immortal killer move to you. You can change the core and it might help with your injuries." "How can I accept this great gift?" Qin Shi quickly rejected. Fang Yuan said warmly, "I feel like we are close friends. These last few days, I have been imposing on all of you. The killer move will be my gift in return. Superior immortal, this gift is simply too valuable." Qin Shi continued to reject it. Fang Yuan's expression changed. His tone became very worried. "How can an immortal killer move express my true sincerity? Oh, honestly speaking, this He Fan true inheritance's final test is troubling me greatly. I hope you can give me some advice." Qin Shi heard this, and his eyes shined. He understood Fang Yuan's words. He was here to exchange benefits for support. Qin Shi subconsciously sat up, saying, "In my humble opinion, this matter is like refining goo. When refining goo, the fire is very important. It has to be large at times, and small at other times. We have to deal with important matters more patiently. I am ashamed. I have a lot of interest in goo refinement, so I spouted nonsense. Please ignore me." This was not nonsense. It was simply bullshit. As a rule path goo immortal, why are you so interested in refinement path? But Fang Yuan knew what he was trying to say. He smiled. "The main tribe has countless books on refinement path. As long as I obtain the true inheritance, I will be able to grant everyone freedom. When you return to the main tribe, these books will all be accessible to you. And I have collected a number of refinement path methods and goo recipes as well. When I succeed, I can give them all to you. Why not?" Qin Shi nodded, showing a pleased expression, but he quickly said, "I love refinement path. It is truly a time-wasting hobby. But my nephew Qin Li Ji is an enslavement path goo immortal. He is so envious of your upper extreme heavenly eagle." Fang Yuan's expression sank. "There is only one upper extreme heavenly eagle. It cannot be given away. But there are a lot of iron crown eagles in the main tribe. They are famous in northern plains. I can assure that everyone will get one once we return." Qin Shi's joy flashed on his face. He sighed. In the past, old ancestor He Fan suppressed Xiao tribe. It was to obtain their secret of raising eagles. To think that after so many years, they had already developed to this extent. But our ancestors were criminals. When we return to the main tribe, what circumstances will we face? I am truly worried. No need to worry. I can assure that everyone will be very welcomed back in He tribe. After all, your return means that the tribe becomes stronger as well." Fang Yuan paused before saying, "As for the crime, it occurred so many generations ago. Once I get the true inheritance, I will spare everyone. You have all defended He Fan Grotto Heaven for so many years. Your merits outweigh your crimes. And because you also helped me obtain the true inheritance. When I return to the main tribe, I will uphold justice for everyone." Qin Shi smiled. "Superior immortal, you are a dragon among men, an absolute genius. Your words are truly reliable. After hearing this, I am somewhat assured. I thank you for your trust. We all have He tribe's bloodline. We are one family. However, as for the other immortals outside, it will depend on their performance." Fang Yuan vaguely suggested. His meaning was, First come, first serve. Whoever supports him first will gain greater benefits when they return to the main tribe. Qin nodded. He was a sly fox. He naturally understood what Fang Yuan meant. He smiled. Superior immortal, your words are truly enlightening. They are amazing. Especially the word family. It is so apartment. Saying so, he looked at Fang Yuan. Seeing his slight smile, he felt deeper confidence. He asked, "What do you think of little Lo?" Fang Yuan's smile faded. He answered, "Intelligent and eloquent, innocent and lively. She is very attractive. I will not lie to you. Lo is secretly in love with you. Sigh, it is a pity. Superior immortal, you are such a talented person. How could she match you? Sigh, as her ancestor, I am unable to fulfill her wish. I only hope that Lo, this poor child, is able to forget about superior immortal and find her own happiness in the future." Chen Lu sighed. Fang Yuan no longer smiled. He frowned as he considered, before saying solemnly, "I will not lie to you either. I am in love with Chen Lu. I am willing to marry her as my wife." If he really loved her, he should be yelling happily in excitement. He would not show a solemn expression after considering it. But Qin ignored it completely, as if he could not understand it. Fang Yuan snickered internally. He could understand why. This Qin kept saying he was thinking for his descendants' future. But was that true? He was sacrificing Chen Lu to gain his own benefits. Qin laughed loudly. Fang Yuan's reply was very satisfactory to him. Even though he said it reluctantly, he went overboard. His smile vanished. He sighed deeply. Sigh. It is a pity that my lifespan is running out. I will not be able to attend you and Lu Er's wedding. Fang Yuan instantly understood. This old fellow was asking for lifespan goo. His expression turned grim. He stopped smiling. He said dryly, "That's not the case at all. In my opinion, you are truly hale and hearty. Your appetite is truly great." Old immortal Qin chuckled as he looked at Fang Yuan directly. He showed a determined expression that was not backing off. "I am truly ashamed. Actually, I am a very greedy person. Not only do I want to attend the wedding of superior immortal and Lu, I also want to see the children that you have after getting married. After all, those are my descendants as well." Fang Yuan began to prance around. His eyebrows were tightly pursed. He said directly, "Lifespan goo are hard to find. They are very precious. I am unable to give them away. This treasure from heaven is truly hard to obtain." Old immortal Qin nodded, as if he had expected Fang Yuan's reply already. He continued, "But there is no need to worry. I'll let you know, this Hei Fan Grotto Heaven also produces lifespan goo. They are all gathered and collected. The heavenly spirit might be mindless, but old ancestor Hei Fan had his arrangements. If I am not wrong, there are definitely lifespan goo within Hei Fan's true inheritance. I sigh. I only need 300 years worth of lifespan goo." 300 years. Fang Yuan stared at Qin angrily. Qin was still smiling comfortably. Fang Yuan turned furious. 300 is too much. I don't even have a single one. I will only give 100. 150. Qin bargained. He finally put down his act. Fang Yuan walked for a few more rounds, gritting his teeth. "Forget it. I will give you 150. Deal." Qin clapped, smiling widely and happily. He stopped caring about his face. After all, this was more than 100 years of lifespan. How could a bit of face compare to it? Qin looked at Fang Yuan, smiling even more deeply now. "Superior immortal, I heard from Lu that you have a lot of immortal goo. I wonder if you can let me have a look to broaden my horizons?" Fang Yuan was stunned before flying into a rage. He gritted his teeth at Qin. This old fellow was too greedy. He said he wanted to take a look, but the truth was, he wanted Fang Yuan to use an immortal goo to exchange for his support. Qin saw Fang Yuan turning furious, and his heart jumped. But soon, he thought that this was a rare chance. There would be no opportunities like this again. After they returned to the main tribe, would this occur again? Thus, he quickly said, "Superior immortal, this is my final request. As long as I get it, the four of us will definitely support you." Fang Yuan began prancing again, that he took heavy steps, as if the concrete floor had an unresolvable deep enmity with him. Qin observed his expression, seeing that Fang Yuan's anger was fading and he was actually thinking about it. He let down his guard. He felt great joy inside him. Success. As expected, After a moment, Fang Yuan stopped his movements. He stood in front of the bed with an immortal goo in his hand. Rank 7 immortal goo. Chun Chi shouted, feeling surprised and joyful. This is a sword path immortal goo. It is not compatible with me. Otherwise, you would never see this. Fang Yuan said angrily. What is this goo's name? Chun Chi's eyes were shining. He watched as Fang Yuan handed the goo over to him. Wait, I'll exchange with this one instead. Fang Yuan suddenly changed his mind. He retracted his arm as he took out another goo from his immortal aperture. Chun Chi's gaze subconsciously moved to Fang Yuan's other arm. No sooner said than done. The sword path immortal goo activated. Sword path killer move. Dark assassination. Chun Chi was staring blankly. The bloody mark left on his forehead enlarged as blood started to spew out from the front and back of his head. He was dead. Chapter 1124, Dark Assassination. With Chun Chi's death, all the palaces started shaking. The group of palaces were all mortal goo houses. They were under old immortal Chun Chi's control. But Fang Yuan came prepared. At his will, he activated arrangements that were prepared long ago once. The tremors of the palaces settled down and did not continue. This was one of Fang Yuan's preparations these last days. Mortal goo houses were nothing special to goo immortals, unless it was regarding an immortal goo house. But how could these goo immortals inside He Fan Grotto Heaven have that? He Fan was ruthless. Before he died, he killed all of the criminal He tribe goo immortals. The inheritances left behind were naturally lacking some crucial information. There was no way they contained information about immortal goo houses. And with just these goo immortals inside He Fan Grotto Heaven, there was little hope of them creating an immortal goo house. Furthermore, even though the palaces were huge and grand, the methods used were too old. Fang Yuan could easily unravel them. Old immortal Chun Chi letting him stay here for such a long time was a huge mistake. These goo immortals in He Fan Grotto Heaven have lived in peace for too long. Without great struggle and competition to spur on progress, they have basically no alertness. Fang Yuan looked at old immortal Chun Chi's corpse, snickering in disdain. Chun Chi died with his eyes wide open. He was still in shock. Fang Yuan had attacked too quickly. He could not even react to show fear. Fang Yuan confirmed that Chun Chi was dead before keeping him inside the sovereign immortal aperture. Next, he used familiar face, turning into old immortal Chun Chi's appearance and leaving the room, walking out openly. Greetings to old ancestor. Greetings to old ancestor. Along the way, Fang Yuan met many goo masters and mortals of all genders and age. After seeing Fang Yuan, they knelt down, expressing their most respectful greetings. Every time, Fang Yuan activated his goo worms, using a formless force to help them stand up. He asked them some questions and encouragement. These descendants of Chun Chi were extremely grateful to him. They did not know that the real Chun Chi had already been killed by Fang Yuan. They were greeting the culprit. They did not suspect a thing, because this was how old immortal Chun Chi usually acted. Fang Yuan had been toying with Chun Lu these last days. He obtained a lot of intel, among which were Chun Chi's habits. Otherwise, with just familiar face, he could only disguise his appearance. He could not alter his actions to fit those of old immortal Chun Chi as well. Fang Yuan walked openly and confidently. After a while, he arrived at a palace. Ancestor, why are you here? Chun Liji heard a disturbance and walked out of the palace. Greeting him, he looked at Fang Yuan with much puzzlement. He was not suspecting his identity. Of course, instead, he was thinking. Ancestor was clearly using the excuse of being bedridden currently to delay the meeting with He Cheng. Why did he appear in public so openly today, going against the original plan? Little Ji, that He Cheng came to me secretly earlier. We have already finished negotiating. Let's go in. I have a matter to discuss with you. Fang Yuan said slowly. He patted Chun Liji's back. He walked ahead with his arms behind his back. The entire group of palaces were mortal goo houses, but these three goo immortals' accommodations respectively belonged to them. On this point, old immortal Chun Chi could not interfere. He could not control the lives of his descendants to this extent, right? Chun Liji heard Fang Yuan's words, and his thoughts shifted. His suspicions were lifted. He quickly moved forward, leading the way. Ancestor, please take a seat. He bowed, directing Fang Yuan to his seat. Please have some tea. Soon, he prepared a high-quality tea and handed it over with both hands, having a respectful attitude. After handing over the tea, Chun-Li Ji went down to sit at a lower seat. After drinking the tea, Fang Yuan saw that Chun-Li Ji was seated far from himself. He said, "Oh, little Ji, bring your chair over, sit beside me." Chun-Li Ji was shocked and pleased. He joyfully answered, "Yes, ancestor. I will stand beside you and listen to your guidance." How could he stand? There was a difference between sitting and standing. When standing, one's muscles were contracted, they could move rapidly. When seated, the body relaxed. Even their mental state would be affected. They would let down their guard. Fang Yuan wanted to kill Chun-Li Ji. He had to make ample preparations. Thus, Fang Yuan pretended to be unhappy. "I asked you to move your chair. Why are you being so reluctant? I have already talked to He Cheng. Now, we need to deal with Zheng Tuo's gang. I need to entrust many matters to you. Yun Er and Lu Er are both women. At the crucial moment, little Ji, you have to handle more responsibilities." Chun-Li Ji had countless thoughts in his mind. He had a feeling of joy after receiving recognition. Yes. He quickly moved his chair, sitting beside Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan saw that the doors were open. He said, "Close the doors. These words are better kept as a secret from outsiders." Chun-Li Ji had no doubts. He followed the instructions. He Cheng could not endure it anymore. He came to me. After negotiating with He Cheng for a long time, he promised us many benefits. He is very sincere, Fang Yuan said slowly. Chun-Li Ji listened attentively. He wanted to ask what price He Cheng paid, but because his ancestor did not mention it, he did not dare to ask. Right now, Fang Yuan started to satisfy his curiosity. He exaggerated the amount somewhat, causing Chun-Li Ji to listen with joy and excitement. He Cheng actually offered a rank 7 immortal gu. At the end, Chun-Li Ji gasped. He was truly overjoyed. "Will I lie to you? Take a look." Fang Yuan chuckled, taking out flying sword immortal gu. "Good gu. This is a good gu." Chun-Li Ji quickly praised. "Oh, little Ji," Fang Yuan said slowly. Chun-Li Ji immediately raised his head. His ancestor was talking to him. How could he be distracted? At this instance, sword light flashed. Chun-Li Ji was startled. There seemed to be a flash of light just then. Next, he looked at Fang Yuan's hand subconsciously. The flying sword immortal gu there was gone. Why did the gu vanish? Chun-Li Ji was perplexed, but suddenly, he felt his body going weak. There was a warm liquid flowing down his forehead. Suddenly, his world started spinning that he fell onto the ground, kneeling. One of his hands was on the floor supporting himself, while he attempted to grab Fang Yuan's robe with the other, but he did not succeed. Plop! He fell onto the ground, completely dead. Fang Yuan's warm smile vanished. His expression turned icy cold. Doing the same thing as before, Fang Yuan suppressed this palace as well, preventing it from shaking. Others could not see any problems. Next, he gathered Chun-Li Ji's corpse and kept it in his immortal aperture. He opened the palace doors and left. There were 2 female gu immortals remaining. Chun Wan-yun had greater threat. Fang Yuan's next target was her. "Sister, I finally succeeded in my new move, concealment within." Chun Lu smiled and said to Chun Wan-yun, "Is that so?" Chun Wan-yun heard this and was overjoyed. She looked at Chun Lu with an expression of satisfaction. "It seems that our Lu heir is finally working hard. Let me guess, who is the person who motivated you to cultivate this hard?" Chun Wan-yun pretended to think. She continued, I think this person has the surname He, and there is only one other word in his full name." Before she finished, Chun Lu interrupted. "Sister, stop teasing me. I was very hardworking to begin with." "Okay. Is that so?" Chun Wan-yun smiled as she saw Chun Li's shy appearance. She thought, "Lu Er might be innocent and grew up under our protection, but she knows how impressive He Cheng is. Thus she is trying to improve herself. I was going to remind her, but it seems that I was worried for nothing." Chun Lu could not deal with this glance. She took a step back, vanishing from Chun Wan-yun's sight. "Sister, I used concealment within. Can you find me? Hee. Do you know where I am?" In an instant, Chun Wan-yun could hear Chun Li's voice near her. "Cheeky girl, after I find you, I will deal with you." Chun Wan-yun showed an evil appearance. She was about to use her investigative killer move, when suddenly, she felt some disturbance outside. She was curious. Why is Ancestor here? Lu Er, stop playing, go with me to greet him. Chen Lu was about to dispel her immortal killer move, but suddenly, she had an idea. She remembered the time when old immortal Qin Shi made fun of her. She pouted, forget it. I will listen secretly by the side. Let's see if Ancestor can find me. If he cannot find me, and I appear suddenly, he would be in shock. Hee hee hee. Oh you are too mischievous. You will not be able to get married. Chen Wanyin shook her head. Walking out of the palace to greet old immortal Qin Shi, Fang Yuan had familiar face. Chen Wanyin and Chen Lu could not find out his true identity. But Fang Yuan did not have an outstanding investigative killer move. He could not find Chen Lu, who was concealed. In fact, even if he had a killer move like that, he could not use it openly. Once he used it, his immortal aura would leak. It would invite suspicion. Only immortal methods like dark assassination could completely conceal the aura of immortal goo. Without leaking a trace, one could sneak attack and catch an enemy unprepared. Chen Wanyin brought Fang Yuan to his seat. She wanted to call Chen Lu to come out. How could she peek at them with such disrespect? But thinking about it, old Ancestor dotes on Lu Er. He gained a lot of benefits just now after negotiating with young Master He Cheng. He is in a good mood. Even if Ancestor discovers Lu Er in hiding, he would surely not blame her. Thinking of that, Chen Wanyin pretended to be unaware, passing the tea to him. Fang Yuan drank a mouthful. He did the same thing again, asking Chen Wanyin to sit closer to him. Chen Lu watched as she held in her laughter. She felt extremely excited. Next, as she listened to Fang Yuan and Chen Wanyin's words, she gradually focused, and upon hearing their gains, she was very happy. But she started worrying for Fang Yuan. Young Master He Cheng paid such a huge price. Will this affect him negatively? Soon after, Fang Yuan took out Flying Sword Immortal Goo. This rank 7 sword path Immortal Goo was given to me by He Cheng, adding on to his previous offer. Yin Er, I want you to go to the cave where the 3 immortals live, using this as a chip to convince the 3 immortals to support He Cheng. Are you willing to do it? Chen Wanyin quickly got up. Ancestor, I will follow your instructions. Good. Fang Yuan chuckled. Chun Li's gaze was focused on Flying Sword Immortal Goo as well. This was the first time she was seeing a rank 7 Immortal Goo. She could not hold in her curiosity. She wanted to jump out and give a surprise to her ancestor. But at the next moment, a change occurred. Dark Assassination activated again. How could Chen Wanyin anticipate that her beloved ancestor, someone with such closeness to her, would attack? Without any defense, this gentle female immortal followed in the footsteps of Chen Shi and Chun Li Ji. Chen Wanyin was killed. Fang Yuan retrieved Flying Sword. He sent the corpse into his immortal aperture. He got rid of the blood stains and left. Chen Lu was still concealed. She was covering her mouth with her hands. Her eyes were wide open and staring, but her pupils had shrunk to pin size. Her nostrils were expanded. She was breathing in deeply. Her delicate body was shivering. Tears were flowing down her beautiful tender cheeks silently. Unbelievable. Extreme terror. How can this be? How can this happen? What did I just see? What just happened? Is this an illusion? Definitely. This is all an illusion. How can this be? Ha. Ancestor killed Sister Yin Er. How can that be? But the truth was in front of her very eyes. Hearsay could be wrong, but seeing was believing. Cold, cruel. She could not doubt what she saw at all. Plop, she knelt on the ground, collapsing weakly. Her shoulders moved up and down. She was sobbing. On her lively face, there was fear, terror, confusion, and helplessness. Her hands were still covering her mouth. She was desperately covering it, as if this could protect her. Chapter 1125, More Killing. Why did her ancestor kill Chen Wanyin? Chen Lu could not understand. She could not imagine why. She sobbed. Her body shuddered. She suddenly thought of Chun Li Ji. Did Ancestor also go to find and kill him? This was a simple inference, and no matter what, she had to find Chun Li Ji and tell him about this. At the crucial moment, Chen Lu did not think of He Cheng. She thought of the Gu Immortals who were her most closely related family members. Chen Lu realized what she had to do. She stopped crying, standing up, and activating her immortal killer move, concealing her appearance and running towards Chun Li Ji's palace. But Fang Yuan did not go to Chun Li Ji's palace as Chun Lu was thinking. He did not discover Chen Lu. and he had already killed Chun Li. Thus, his final course of action was to go to Chun Li, find her, and kill her. A moment later, Chun Lu arrived at Chun Li's place. Why is there no one here? Chun Lu searched the palace, but did not find Chun Li. Of course, she saw many mortals and Gu masters, but Chun Lu did not alert them. Even if she told them this shocking news, they might not believe her. In the empty hall, fear and helplessness emerged again in Chun Li's heart. Ancestor Qin Shi had killed Fang Yuan. Chun Li was missing as well. He was likely to have met with disaster. Chun Lu could not help but cry again. What should I do? Oh no. Young Master He Cheng. Chun Lu finally thought of Fang Yuan at this time. She jolted back to focus. She felt that at this moment, the most reliable person was He Cheng. She turned around, towards He Cheng's accommodation. Almost at the same time, Fang Yuan arrived at Chun Li's palace. Nobody was here. Strange. Where would she go at this time? Fang Yuan's heart sank. The situation was changing beyond his expectations. Fang Yuan raised his head and looked up at the sky of He Fan Grotto heaven. It was cloudless and azure in color. Fang Yuan smiled at the sky, before going towards his own accommodation. Where could Qin Lu go? There were only a few places that Gu immortals and mortals did not have many common topics of interest. Returning to his accommodations, Fang Yuan turned into He Cheng, waiting for Qin Lu to come. At this time, a bright light was shot into the sky. It went up and spread out in all directions. It was bright and piercing to the eyes. Is this the thing Qin Lu mentioned before? That warning of bright light, to ask the immortals to work together in defense? Fang Yuan frowned instantly. These days, he had been getting intel from Qin Lu, among which, one of them was about the time when Gu immortals first appeared in He Fan Grotto heaven. They struggled against desolate beasts and ancient desolate beasts. The first few generations of Gu immortals joined forces to resist them. Normally, they would be in different parts of the grotto heaven, but when one side was attacked, they would send out a signal during critical times, inviting Gu immortals from other areas to help out, and paying them afterwards. As the number of Gu immortals increased in He Fan Grotto heaven, they got stronger, and this warning of bright light has not been used for 100 years. This time, it must have been sent out by Chun Lu. I underestimated this girl. She dealt with the situation well. Fang Yuan smiled. With his craftiness, he already deduced many things. He had already killed 3 people. Only Qin Lu was left. And the warning method could only be used by Gu immortals. It was clear that Chun Lu had activated it. Why did Qin Lu activate this without meeting him? Evidently, she had found out that one of the others had met with disaster, and no matter where she is hiding or what method she used, since she did not come to find him, that meant she was suspicious of him. Then, the immortals were going to gather together now. How would Fang Yuan deal with them? Actually, a moment ago, Qin Lu was about to find He Cheng, when she suddenly had a thought. Even if she found young Master He Cheng, what if he could not defeat her ancestor? Qin Lu did not know about He Cheng's strength, but in her mind, she felt that old immortal Qin Shi had deep and immeasurable power. This was the result of old immortal Qin Shi's authority that had been ingrained in her. I have to think of a perfect method. Qin Lu thus thought of the warning of bright light. The alert of bright light soared into the sky. Qin Li's mind slowly calmed down. Will ancestor come to find me after seeing this light? Thinking of this, Qin Lu started feeling scared again. She gritted her teeth. She decided to go find Fang Yuan. From start to finish, she did not suspect that Fang Yuan was the culprit. When bright light soared to the sky, Gu immortals in all the other areas reacted. What happened? At this timing, old man Qin Shi actually sent a warning signal and asked us to go help him. In front of their cave, Feng Jun frowned upon seeing the light in the sky. Zhou Min also had a look of suspicion. This matter is quite peculiar. Old immortal Qin Shi has a total of 4 immortals. They are the strongest force among us. Inside He Fan Grotto heaven, what kind of ancient desolate beast can make Qin Shi ask us for help? You think this matter has to do with He Cheng? Zheng Tuo pondered. Most likely. Feng Jun nodded. This warning of bright light has not been used for 100 years. It is strange that it is activated at this time. He Cheng has already stayed at old man Qin Shi's place for some days. They might have come to an agreement now, and are working together. Old immortal Qin Shi will definitely provide support if He Cheng is willing to give him enough benefits. It is not surprising. Zheng Tuo thought over it. No matter whether there really is an ancient desolate beast attack, or if Qin Shi is trying to scheme against us, we need to go and investigate the situation. That's right. We have practiced bloodlight spirit suppression and are at the crucial moment. In a few days, we will be able to suppress the heavenly spirit and take the true inheritance forcefully. We need to stall for time now, but we need to be careful of what the other side is planning. We will give in to them for now. In a few days, He Fan Grotto Heaven will belong to us. Feng Jun snickered. Immediately the three immortals moved out, towards old immortal Chen Chi's palace, at the same time. The two Longu immortals also went there. He Fan Grotto Heaven was not small, but the Gu immortals lived quite close to each other. And because the three immortals used immortal killer moves, disregarding the immortal essence to travel in a moment, they were already halfway there at this time. A flying figure appeared in front of the three immortals. It's Chun Lu. Zhou Min was the first to recognize the person. Chun Lu was bathed in blood. She had a shocked expression. She seemed to be escaping for her life. The three immortals looked at each other. Was there really an ancient desolate beast attack? Chun Lu, slow down. We are here. What happened over there? Zheng Tuo called out. Chun Lu saw these three immortals and was overjoyed with surprise. Seniors, it is great to see you. That He Cheng is heinous. After failing to negotiate with our ancestor, he used a sneak attack and killed Sister Wan Yun. I was the one who sent the warning. I escaped, but He Cheng is still chasing me. Thankfully, I had my immortal killer move's concealment. I managed to survive. What? The three immortals heard this and were deeply shocked. He Cheng is so daring. He dared to attack old immortal Qin Shi. He is so vicious and ruthless. He is likely going to attack us as well. Strange, he has to get He Fan's true inheritance. Without our support, how can he get it? A life for a life is perfectly justified. We will have to take down He Cheng. To play safe, we need to gather with the other Gu immortals. Chun Lu, don't worry. We are family. We will definitely uphold justice for you. Justice? Chun Lu smiled suddenly, attacking. Under the three immortals' shocked gazes, sword light flashed and stabbed into Zheng Tuo's body. Zheng Tuo was caught unawares. Even though he had a mortal killer move defending him, Dark Assassination was an immortal killer move. With rank 7 immortal Gu flying sword as the core, it could not be stopped. It cut him in half on the spot. Instantly, Zheng Tuo died. Brother! Zhou Min shouted. Feng Jun was furious. He clapped his hands. Intense winds assaulted Fang Yuan. Oh, brother! Zhou Min cried out, watching the two halves of Zheng Tuo's corpse fall to the ground. His organs and blood scattered in the air. Feng Jun carried Zhou Min, dragging her as they retreated. Chun Lu, are you crazy? You dared to kill my brother Zheng Tuo. I will fight it out with you. Zhou Min growled. Her beautiful face was flushed red. I will kill you. Kill me. Chun Lu stopped her movement. She scoffed as she looked at Zhou Min in disdain. You? Zhou Min was furious. She struggled intensely, getting free from Feng Jun's arms. Brother, what are you doing? Let go of me. This lowly bitch killed our big brother. She killed him. I will pull out her skull and use it as an offering for our brother. Calm down, sister. Don't fall for his provocations. How can this be Chun Lu? Don't you know Chun Lu? Earlier, that was a sword path immortal killer move. This is not Chun Lu. Feng Jun shouted, looking at Chun Lu. His eyes were bursting with fire, filled with hatred. It seems that someone here has some brains. Chun Lu smiled. Her appearance changed suddenly, becoming that of He Cheng. You are indeed He Cheng. Feng Jun's body shook. Scoundrel! Zhou Min scolded. From their expressions, it seems that they were not aware that I was the killer. Strange. Chun Lu did not use any information path Gu worms to tell them. Fang Yuan was confused. He did not know that from start to finish. Chun Lu did not suspect him. After creating the warning, Chun Lu ran off to his accommodations. Fang Yuan returned to his room long ago, but after seeing the warning of bright light while waiting for Chun Lu, he thought he was exposed. Thus, he adapted to the circumstances and went out to weaken the remaining immortals' battle strength in He Fan Grotto Heaven. Since Qin Shi's side had 3 immortals dead already, the next largest group were the 3 immortals who were sworn siblings. Thus, Fang Yuan turned into Chun-Li's appearance, flying towards their cave that in the end. He met the three immortals and used dark assassination to kill the most threatening of them, the blood path Gu immortal Zheng Tuo. Meanwhile, Chun-Li went to Fang Yuan's room. She could not find him. She felt disappointment and immense worry. She did not know that out of sheer coincidence, she had narrowly escaped death. I did not put any hope in this disguised assassination attempt, but the process was unexpectedly smooth. The Gu immortals inside this He Fan grotto heaven are truly incomparable to Northern Plains Gu immortals. After such a long period of peace, they have low vigilance. Anyway, I should kill these two first. Thoughts churned in his mind like fireworks. Fang Yuan thought of many things, but only a moment had passed in the outside world. His lips curled up, he charged towards Feng Jun and Zhou Min. To kill.